How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. Okay, so today, we're going back probably about 1997, right? Um, the run and gun action game has always been a cornerstone of pretty much every console since the Nintendo Entertainment System. Games like Tato's Frontline to Akari Warriors, Heavy Barrel, Contra, Metal Slug, Gunstar Heroes. The list goes on and on and on. A tried and true genre in gaming. One of the things about the run and gun action game, though, was as easy as it is to get one right, it's just as easy to get it wrong. And when you get a run and gun action game wrong, you're pretty bad at your job as a game developer. But that's neither here nor there. Today I want to talk about one that actually got it right. But this game largely went unnoticed. It's from American Softworks Company, or American Softworks Corporation. Can't remember what the C stood for in ASC. And like I said, it's one of those really underlooked, underloved games that probably deserves a second shot. And you can get it because it's on PSN. Today's game is 1. Now in 1, you play as a guy named John Kane. John Kane, he's living his life, doing his regular guy thing. And one day he wakes up in a strange apartment, no idea where he is, with his arm replaced by this hulk of a thing that has a gun attached to it, like this big metal thing instead of an arm. And helicopters are shooting into the apartment where he is. So John is determined to figure out 2 things: why he's where he is and who he is, because he doesn't really know who he is either. Only thing that could kind of clue him in on who he is a barcode tattooed on the back of his neck. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Any fans of Hitman kind of can get a glimpse of what that is. 1 is pretty basic as far as its gameplay. You go from point A to point B, killing anything that gets in your way, either using your gun arm or punches and kicks. There's some platforming elements there, and to be quite honest, they aren't the most precise things in the world, because early 3D games that involve platforming elements had a couple issues. One most notably being depth perception. It was really hard to tell where you're jumping in early 3D platformers. But 1 handles it fairly well. It's not really hard to get the grasp of determining where you are in this game. The action is pretty intense, explosions everywhere, all that good stuff. Everything that you love in an action game is in 1. My problem with 1, and the reason why 1 hasn't been as heralded as your Metal Slugs or Contras of the world, 1 is an ugly game now. It was ugly in 97. It wasn't the most beautiful thing in 1997. But when you look at it now, if you pop a copy of 1 into your PlayStation 3 or any PlayStation console that you have, and it's connected to a newer television, you'll definitely see how ugly this game is. And as such, because looks matter in gaming now for some reason, more so than gameplay, 1 is a largely forgotten game. Not to say that it isn't a great game, because it is. I have a lot of fun with it, which is why I was pleasantly surprised years ago when I stumbled across a copy in a used game store for $3. This game, you can probably find it pretty cheap. Like I said, mine costs $3 at a used game store up in Shreveport, Louisiana. I don't even know if that store is still open. But check eBay, you shouldn't pay more than $10 for this game. If you do, that person either loves this game a lot more than they are rational, or they're trying to hose you under the guise of old console equals classic game. This has been the 8-Bit Animal. I'll catch you beautiful people next time.